All right, 18 cars in the field. This is, of course, the bracket racing. So starting 18th, car 49, it's Lindy Tolan. Starting 17th in car 41, Nicholas Kraft. Starting 16th in the 83 car, that's William Windsor. Starting 15th in the 79 car, James Foster. Starting 14th in the 27 car, Brandon Davis. Starting 13th, the 3 car, Joe Benton. Starting 12th, the 134 of Chuck Edmondson. Starting 11th, the 157 of Jeff Lohr. Starting 10th, the 70 of David Gambino. Starting 9th, the 114 of Tim Frank. Starting 8th, the 91 car, David Fitzgerald. Starting 7th, car 19, Albert Siciliano. Starting 6th, car number 7, Marshall Lytle. Starting 5th, car 37, Graham Schlickenmeyer. Starting 4th, car 77, Scott Merker. Starting 3rd, car 159, Joshua Rubenstein. Starting 2nd, the 07 of Dustin Cornell. And I believe on here says the number 1 car, we're starting in first place, the 119 of Mark Lure. I don't think Mark Lure is out there, so.
No, he is not.
So I don't think you have to worry about Mark Lure today, again.
Nope.
And from what I see here, it doesn't look like Dustin Cornell, James Foster, or Nicholas Kraft tripped the wire going across, so we could say there's 14 cars for the bracket racing today.
Winding this race weekend down, the last MARRS race here at Summit Point this year. Green flag, we are off. It is, let's see, as they cross the line, we'll figure it out. Scott Merker and Joshua Rubenstein, again, like yesterday, at the front of the field. That's exactly how they go. 2 and 3 wide going into the braking zone of turn number 1. A gaggle of cars down there. Looks like we still got some side-by-side action. And as they disappear behind the trees, Dom, they're working their way around to you.
And gentlemen, unfortunately for us, we do have our bracket app working today, so we will fill you in on where everyone stands.
Good.
Joshua Rubenstein and Scott Merker are going to go side-by-side to turn number 3. And it's Merker who's going to nose ahead. Marshall Lytle in the BMW goes into 3rd place. Graham Schlickenmeyer and Albert Siciliano running 4th and 5th respectively. And Jeff Lohr looks like he got held up by a bunch of Miatas, so Chuck Edmondson already having his way there with getting ahead of that Neon that he was following for most of the race yesterday.
All right, here comes Scott Merkers. He's got about a 2-car length lead over Joshua Rubenstein as they come around turn 10 down the front stretch, about 3-car lengths back to Marshall Lytle. I believe that's Lytle in the 7. Yep. And then Graham Schlickenmeyer in 4th, a couple car lengths back. Then Siciliano with Fitzgerald right behind him.
So, yep, Merker, Rubenstein, Lytle,
Schlickenmeyer and Albert Siciliano making up your top 5 right now as the Mustang powers its way in to some upper levels of the ranks here. Dom, they're coming around you.
Graham Schlickenmeyer definitely making headway on our lead Miatas of Scott Merker and Joshua Rubenstein. He's only about a car length behind. Rubenstein is heading to turn 3. Marshall Idle still there in 3rd place. We then have the Audi TT of Albert Siciliano running in 5th. Dave Fitzgerald is leading Tim Frank in the Nissan. And we then have the 134 of Chuck Edmondson, Jeff Wheeler, and Bill Windsor rounding out the top 10.
Well, Schlickenmeyer is on the move, man. He's that power of that V8 Mustang is just getting it down this front straight. So he has moved up right now, at least to 2nd. He has got his eyes on Scott Merker now as they come around turn 2 and over to you, Dom.
He goes to driver's left to get on Scott Merker. Does so easily, eases into the lead and leaves Scott Merker about half a car behind. Joshua Rubenstein has fallen off a little bit of the pace of Merker, about 3 car lengths back. Marshall Idle has his hold on 4th place, and then Albert Siciliano in the Audi holds on to 5th place, though a distant 5th at this point. Dave Fitzgerald still has Tim Frank hounding him by about a car length back. So the brackets we have in bracket B4, Scott Merker, Joshua Rubenstein, and Graham Schlickenmeyer in the fastest bracket. Marshall Idle by himself in bracket B5. Albert Siciliano by himself in bracket B6. And then again, a whole list of people in bracket B7.
Big gap back till you get to Siciliano here in the 19 car. Then Fitzgerald, Frank, Edmondson, and Gambino.
With Graham Schlickenmeyer's pace, he moves up into the B3 bracket, so now in a bracket all by himself, leaving Scott Merker, Joshua Rubenstein, and Marshall Idle to battle it out for bracket B4. Those 3 cars, no more than 2 car lengths between all of them. Albert Siciliano runs in 5th, still all by himself on bracket B5. And bracket B6 now has 5 cars with Dave Fitzgerald, Tim Frank, Chuck Edmondson, Dave Gambino in that Audi of Siciliano. So that's a 5-car bracket. Bracket B7 is led currently by Jeff Wheeler in the Neon, and Brandon Davis, Bill Windsor, and Joe Benson follow suit. race to watch right now is for bracket B6 with Dave Fitzgerald and Tim Frank, the closest two competitors in that class, only about half a car length apart. Chuck Edmondson's trying to reel in David Gambino in the 70 Mazda Miata, and Jeff Lewis is not far behind there, also in bracket B6.
Graham Schlickenmeyer cruising on by now. He's probably got about a good 20-ish car length lead now over second place Scott Merker. Schlickenmeyer turning in his best lap of the race, I should say, at that point, 1:23.726. Merker, his best lap time of a 1:25.522.
Again, Marshall Lytle and Joshua Rubenstein having a good battle. They're both in bracket B4, and it's Merker who leads that, and Rubenstein and Lytle run second and third respectively. And looking to our bracket B6 competition, Albert Siciliano is 5 cars ahead of second place, and third place in class Dave Fitzgerald and Tim Frank. And it's going to be tough for them to overcome the power that Audi has, but they'll definitely make the best of it using the draft. Dave Gambino, Chuck Edmonds, and Jeff Lure are running closely together, and they round out bracket B6. Mike?
All right, so that as things going, we are at lap 5 here, 15 to go. And look at this, here comes Graham Schlickenmeyer as he is going by Lindy Tolan.
So he's going to go ahead and lap Lindy Tolan.
Starting to lap the field now.
Yep. Number 19 car, 5th place overall. Not sure where he's in the bracket, but that's Albert Siciliano, Dave Fitzgerald, Tim Frank, Edmondson, Lillard, the rest cruise on by.
Calling as it happens on the track. Albert Siciliano, 5 cars ahead of Dave Fitzgerald, and Tim Frank right on Fitzgerald's rear bumper. David Gambino getting in that front as well. He's about 2 car lengths back, and Chuck Edmondson finds himself ahead of Jeff Lure, who he was battling with throughout the duration of the race yesterday. Our bracket B6 race, however, is beginning to heat up as Dave Fitzgerald and Tim Frank have been able to reel in Albert Siciliano this last time from about 3 car lengths, and Dave Gambino, running in 4th place in the bracket, is not far behind either.
All right, going by us right now is Siciliano, Fitzgerald, Frank, and Gambino. For those, between 2 and 4 car lengths separating all those 4 cars. To go, we're at the halfway point.
Bracket-wise, Graham Schlickenmeyer, all by his lonesome in bracket B3. He's your overall leader on track. Bracket B4 at the moment belongs to Scott Merker. Marshall Ryder lands in 2nd place, and Joshua Rubenstein in 3rd. In bracket B5, David Gambino is by himself in that bracket. And in B6, we have Albert Siciliano, Dave Fitzgerald, Tim Frank, Chuck Edmondson, and Jeff Lower. Although Jeff Lower did make his way around Chuck Edmondson on the last circuit, we'll see if that holds. Bracket B7 belongs to Brandon Davis, Bill Windsor, and then Joe Benton. And then Lindy Tolan, her own bracket B8, and then everybody else is bracket none because we didn't start the race.
Down here, the next time that we see Graham Schlickenmeyer come by, it will be 8 to go for bracket racing. Here comes Siciliano, Fitzgerald, Frank, and Gambino.
And here they go. Right now, as he gets his way around some more lap traffic. Graham Schlickenmeyer making it look easy. That V8 powered Mustang just kind of walking away.
again, we have the Siciliano, Fitzgerald, Frank Gambino group. So Siciliano and Fitzgerald, call that 3 car lengths, 2 car lengths between Fitzgerald and Frank, and about 3 car lengths between Frank and David Gambino.
Comes our leader, Graham.
Yep, leader right behind him. Probably couldn't catch him down there in turn 1. A bad spot for Schlickenmeyer, but he's got a good enough lead over Merker not to worry about it.
He doesn't have to take any chances at this point, guys. I mean, he's just going to stay behind the slower traffic. And he'll find his way around them, even possibly right now.
Yeah. So I figured as soon as he got to that straight.
Oh, yeah, he's around. He's going around. So Graham Schlickenmeyer in another zip code.
Up a little bit between Siciliano and Fitzgerald. It's down to about a car length and a half back to Frank, 2 back to Gambino. And here comes our leader. Crosses the line. 6 laps left at Summit Point for Graham Schlickenmeyer.
Yep.
We had a crowd of bracket B5 and bracket B6 competitors head down the hill, and Tim Frank and David Gambino have worked their way out of that bracket B6 to make it between just those 2 for bracket B5, which leaves Albert Siciliano, Dave Fitzgerald, Jeff Wheeler, Chuck Edmondson, and Brandon Davis, the 5 of them, to battle it out for the B6 bracket.
All right, back into Pap. We've got a race going on now. The 91 Dave Fitzgerald's under attack by Tim Frank as they are side by side going down to 1 as our race leader's coming up behind him.
Yeah, Schlickenmeyer's going to run into some traffic down here. So, we got one hard off, gentlemen. One hard off into the braking zone of turn number 1. It looks like he might have lost something as he was going up there now. So he is hard into the kitty litter. Just more information on that here momentarily.
I think that was Gambino. I'm not sure.
Not 100% sure, to be honest, but we'll get you some information on that here momentarily. But it looks like something did come off the back of that car as he was trying to make that turn. Not 100% sure what, but again, we got the standing yellow down there in number 1, or turn number 1, gentlemen. Domino around to you.
And that's going to leave Tim Frank now, even though David Gambino is still in his bracket, all alone, running on track. So he'll have that unless Albert Siciliano, Dave Fitzgerald, or Jeff Wheeler are able to run a quick enough time to move up into that bracket. So that's going to be uncontested for Tim Frank and the Nissan. Mike?
Well, we'll have to wait until everybody comes around here to find out who that is down there stuck in the kitty litter, because he is definitely in. I mean, with off drivers left into the grass, spun it on that access road and backed it into the kitty litter. It looks like he is buried. Here comes Schlickenmeyer, 3 wide behind him, and that is the 91, the 114, and the 19. So that's Frank, Fitzgerald, Siciliano, and it would be David Gambino down there in the kitty litter.
So we've got the emergency vehicle going out to retrieve him now.
as our leader, Graham Schlickenmeyer, crosses the start-finish line. Now here comes, let's see, the 91 of David Fitzgerald, followed by Albert Siciliano and then Tim Frank. And we should be momentarily seeing, here they come, Jeff Lillard, Chuck Edmondson around turn number 10. So they pulled Gambino out of the third. Two to go. This will be Fitzgerald. With a pretty good lead here over Siciliano and the 114 to Frank as they are side by side. There's a battle for you as they head down the front stretch.
Yeah, they are literally side by side, Mike, as you called it. Frank and Siciliano as they go into the braking zone of turn number 1. Siciliano with a little bit of a preferred line, but still door handle to door handle. Dominic coming around, you let us know if there's any change up on that.
And Albert Siciliano is going to try to do the rim shot coming out of turn number 2. And he noses ahead for the moment, and Tim Frank's going to go to the driver's right and doesn't have enough speed, so Albert Siciliano takes that spot, and so move Tim Frank back as Albert Siciliano was able to carry enough speed out of turn 1 to make that happen.
Well, Siciliano at the line was 3/1000th of a second ahead of Frank. So that, you're talking the bumper. And he was able to hold them off going into 1 and 2 and stay in that spot, so he's still running 6th overall. Beautiful white Mustang around turn number 10. Down the front stretch, the whiteboard is out. We are on the last lap of bracket racing for 2019. Here comes the 19 or 91 rather, of David Fitzgerald. And behind them, the battle is still going on. Tim Frank now gets around Siciliano coming out 10.
That was a heck of a move. Comes out at turn 10, just goes right through the needle, threads that right on through, and is able to get that spot away from Siciliano. Here comes Merker right now, cruising on through.
Yeah, Frank definitely did not take the normal line around 10.
No, he did not. He came cut right across, and there he was.
That's one of those moves you don't see that often. When it works, it's a thing of beauty.
Indeed.
Graham Schlickenmeyer coming around turn 10. Nice and easy, keeps it off the rumble strips. No need to push it all the way out. Down the front stretch. Checkered flag is in the air. All right, here comes Dave Fitzgerald. And it looks like Tim Frank is going to beat Siciliano to the line by about 8 car lengths. So he waited to the last lap and took care of business.
Dom, run them down, buddy.
All right, so finishing in first place in bracket B3 and your winner on track was Graham Schlickenmeyer in the Ford Mustang. The winner in bracket B4, that one went to Scott Merker. He finished second on track. Marshall Lytle gets second in bracket, and Joshua Rubenstein will get third in bracket B4. Winning bracket B5 was Tim Frank, finishing sixth on track, and David Gambino, who had that little moment in turn 1, he'll get second in bracket B5, finishing 14th on the circuit. Winning bracket B6, Dave Fitzgerald, finishing 5th on track. Albert Siciliano gets second place, 7th on track. Chuck Edmondson finishes 8th on track and 3rd in bracket B6. Jeff Fuller finishes 4th in B6 bracket and 9th on track. And then Brandon Davis, 10th on track, will get credit for 5th for B6 bracket.